RVA's leading social enterprise show. On the mic with Mike King Biz, delivering food for thought. To find out more about the dynamic host of On the Mic with Mike, please visit his website at mikekingbiz.com.
Mike King is a businessman. He's a businessman with his own talk show. On the Mic with Mike is the best business radio program in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. We are the best business radio program. We're the only daily business radio program in town, coming to you from ESPN studios. I'm Mike King. Appreciate you being here with me. This program, we uplift the community, showcase RVA in a different way. We talk to the game changers out there. Today, I got a friend of the family back again. My man Barry Moore is back from the Better Business Bureau. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I got to get something out of the way before we get started. Ladies and gentlemen, for who are looking at us on video, I'm rocking my Richmond Kickers hat. Shout out to my man Rob Ukop for giving it and showing some love out there. Make sure you go check out and support the Richmond Kickers, doing some really cool things out in the community. But now we are here talking about the Better Business Bureau in hands of Barry Moore. Sir, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. You know, Rob Ukop, I was just talking to the Kickers the other day. Cam Perry, he used to be at the Squirrels, and he's over there with Rob now at the Kickers. So we're talking about get them accredited maybe in the future.
There you go. Alrighty, so this is a business show, as I always say. Let's get the elevator pitch for the Better Business Bureau.
We were started in 1912. We have adapted each and every decade to be what the community needs us to be. We start with trust, and we are a nonprofit. We're not a government agency. We are a conduit in our community for businesses that are accredited and consumers to make sure they have a daily experience or a transaction that starts with trust.
I think that most people would be shocked that you're not a government entity and you are a nonprofit.
That's why I bring it up. That's why it's on my elevator pitch, yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know that.
They do not. They see the seal.
They see the seal and they know what it means.
Correct.
They know what it means, whether
yes,
they belong or not. That's a different story.
And the difference is here, this is what would be, we have our logo, but then at the bottom, accredited business. So if the Mike King Enterprise gets accredited, this is what you're going to have. And consumers will be told to look for this. And if they don't see it, don't do business with you.
So everybody who belongs to the Better Business Bureau is accredited business.
That's correct. We call them ABs for short. Imagine that.
And what is the process to become accredited?
That is the key to who we are for all these years. We vet the business in 37 different areas.
Oh, really?
You don't just send us a check and say, I want to be a member. We will reject people based on certain things. One big thing is complaints being open. A lot of people, business owners, don't want to get complaints. Well, the only reason you get a complaint is you either got somebody that thinks they're a victim and they're always complaining, but more or less, it's because you don't have the right processes in place, or your employee let them down. So it starts at I always say the fish starts at the head down. You know that, I know that. And this commitment is not like joining an organization. We're not part of the ad budget. We are part of the way you do business and the way you open your business daily to succeed. And that is with trust and ethics. Is everything perfect? Absolutely not. But that is the first level, the first gate to get in. So we want everybody to be accredited. It's not a competition. We want the entire marketplace to be accredited.
On the Mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond, we are here. Barry Moore with the Better Business Bureau. Our good friends over at Antoinette Charles has joined us. She owns the CBD store in Short Pump. So if you're ever out that way, make sure you go, because she can school you on exactly what's happening as far as the use of CBD goes. She takes great care of her customers, which is something that is a big part of the Better Business Bureau. That is how you get accredited, doing business the right way. As you say, it's not a church, but the mentality of doing the right thing.
It is you bring that up. Me and Parney and I had a conversation right before the season opened. They've been accredited. And I said, Parney, I need this all over the stadium. And he said, well, why? I said, would you open a church without a cross? Why would you open your business without this seal of approval? We're the only ones that offer it. We're a nonprofit. We're not on anybody's side. We're not a social media site that's giving you reviews and rankings and selling your data. You're looking for a roofer, you Google it, guess what? You're gonna get hit with 8 more roofing companies because they're selling data. That's what they do. They're a lead generation. You go on the bbb.org/Richmond, you're gonna see all the businesses that are accredited, and nobody's gonna know that you went and got a quote from them. We do not sell the information because we are a nonprofit.
So how does a person, when the complaints come in, what's the process that you vet them or try and figure out whether this is an actual complaint or I got an axe to grind?
That's a great question. So we're in the middle. We don't make a determination. Our staff is so well trained. They have a passion for the consumer and the business owner. All they do is listen and put the two together. We do not get involved with an opinion or.
Oh, so you guys like a mediator?
We are a facilitator of a marketplace based on trust and facilitating conversation.
Between the person who has the issue
Correct.
and the company.
That's correct. That's accredited.
I don't think that people know that.
I would agree with you. And that's why I've taken this job. I've gotten one purpose, and that's to rise this community like you're doing every day with your show. The people you're reaching, what you have accomplished in that short period of time.
Because you knew me back in the day.
I know you
You
in the
knew me
day.
before I was
You were
Mike King
knocking
Biz. I
doors,
was knocking on
man,
doors like,
man.
yo, my name's Mike King. Can
Yeah.
you show me some love?
You are showing more than love out in this community. You are rising our tide just on this communication you're doing and the offers you're giving. Well, we got to get this message out. So we will do seminars, we would do webinars, we will do go-to-meetings, we would do podcasts. I've got it all going on. And again, it's bbb.org/Richmond to get exactly the information happening here. But I moved here to do exactly one thing, and that is to change our attitude of, I've seen greed, I've seen selfishness, I've seen lying, cheating, I've seen it all. And it's not just a business, it's a consumer also. We're all called people. You know?
So the idea back in the day, so one of Mike Barrymore is here from the Better Business Bureau. Back in the day, the customer was always right.
Correct.
And that's not, so my father was always in business. Sometimes he used to say, buyers are liars too. You know,
He must
sometimes
have sold cars.
well, yeah, he did. He was from Pennsylvania, so you know we understand the hustle mentality.
Sure.
But the idea, you want to make everyone happy, but you can't make everyone happy. And these days, all it takes is a social media post. If I like an organization, if I like a restaurant, I say I went there, had a great time. If I don't like it, and all of a sudden the person wants to write the Bible and they want to spend all this time. So you say if a person comes to the Better Business Bureau, you put them together with the business and help them, they can talk it out.
The review and the complaint stay online. You cannot get rid of it, just like on any of the other social media sites, but you can respond to it. So you're right. The people that I eat my whole dinner, you see the size of me. I eat the whole steak dinner and everything, and I throw the plate back at the waitress and say, I'm not happy, I'm not paying. And if you don't do that, I'm going on one of the social media sites. Well, we've become cowards, right? The way behind these screens. Somewhere between, I'm 60, you're going to be 61 years old. Buyers are liars, all those days that you're talking about with your dad, a handshake meant something. A check, you could take somebody's check and it meant something. People look for help, right? They didn't look for handouts, hand ups is what they wanted. We have gotten so distracted. We don't teach ethics anymore. We don't have, we have some people in the churches speaking the right things. Some are getting political. They're all over the board. So it's what do we do and how do we raise our kids, the next generation? Imagine the future if these people are cowards and saying, I'm going to eat this dinner, but I want it for free. How does a business stay in business? They can't. And so if the meal was bad, the owner should get involved or the manager and facilitate a fix right then. You don't need to write complaints normally. When I ran the car dealership for all these years, 40 years, I was accessible. I was right there.
You were
come to my
definitely
office,
accessible. Everybody knew Barrymore from Haley.
And my training never stopped. It was daily. We over and over again went over basics because that's what I believe was important. And we thrived. We did so well. The community was great to us. Consumers are great. They'll refer you. And did we do everything perfect? Absolutely not. But we try to listen and try to fix a situation.
Mike King, Barrymore. I remember when I was over at NBC 12 and I met you and you had told me watch nonprofits because they don't have the money to get the help. So now here you are years later helping
I need the help.
businesses understand that, and you're with the nonprofit doing it.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, times have changed. You're listening to On the Mic with Mike. We are the best business radio program around.
Business show in RVA. On the mic with Mike in RVA.
Hi, this is Sylvia Farbstein, and I am on the air with Mike King. He is widening the lens of humanity, and I'm so happy to be a part of his journey.
Mike King, Barry Moore is here with us. He is with the Better Business Bureau. How long does a business have to be in business? Is there a time frame that they have to be in business?
Absolutely. 6 months. So you don't want,
okay,
we're
6
not
months.
going to recommend a company that just started. They could be looking to be in and out of business in 3 months, right? By hurting people. So we've got to see a track record. We've got to see a website. They have to have a website. We got to see that their data is accurate. They're not saying we're 100% the best, the cheapest. That doesn't exist. That's against the law to advertise that way. But you better believe, because of the internet and websites and fancy brochures made up, people overpromise, underdeliver.
That is an issue on a regular basis. So a person shows up with the Better Business Bureau. How long does it take for them to meet up with you guys and to get one of the covered? Those look like when the hanger things from
On your vehicle,
yes.
everywhere. Yeah. Plumbers have them on. When you see a truck, you were looking for a roofer or a plumber, look at the back of the vehicle. If they've got this displayed proudly or on their TV ad, call them and give them a shot. Get a quote from them. Get a quote from 3 accredited businesses if you want. We're not saying that you have to do business with the first one. Call around, do your due diligence.
Because by not doing your due diligence, boy, there's some horror stories. I saw in it this morning, there was a contractor who was supposed to do work, and next thing you know, it's always a person. So, okay, here's the thing. On the Mic with Mike, one of the great parts about having your own radio show, what are some of the things that a business, a customer should look out for, red flag, that if a business owner, if a guy comes out for a quote, wants to do a job, I hear this line or these couple lines, I should run for the hills?
First thing is getting a written estimate. If somebody doesn't want to put it in writing and let you think, they say it's only good today, run, don't walk. We teach so much about scams and frauds. I'm tired of hearing it. PSAs, that's what they're about. What about bringing good news? What about telling consumers how to be a good consumer? You're doing that with that question. So again, things in writing. What else would be important? Looking at the ratings. Let them ask the worst rating they got or the worst review they got. Ask them what happened. Hear the story. You'll know if they're lying or not. You can see it. The genuineness, you can tell. Look at the type of vehicle they're driving. Some people just starting out might be just getting by, right? Almost pushing the truck to work. That's fine. But where are they going if they're in business 10 years and doing that? I'd worry about that.
That in 10 years, it hasn't gotten better.
It's going to get worse.
And the magnetic sticker on the side of his car that says
Faded.
There you go.
And they're probably not paying us anymore.
They were accredited at one point.
Yeah, we go after those people, just so you know.
So all right, so is it a membership organization?
It's a good way. I haven't even figured out your accredited business. So I wouldn't say it's a membership, but it's a one-time a year fee. So fees start at $462, could go up to $3,600. The big, Dominion Powers and all, they're members. I mean, they're saying from the CEO down that their business starts with trust. What more can you ask for?
You can't. So Barry Moore is here with us. Sir, you had a lot of years over at Haley. You ran for office. You're known for you were the guy with the nonprofits who was out there. You were in everything.
Man, I appreciate you bringing that up.
You were
that's one of the things I was going to call you out on personally, being back in town.
You were involved.
I had
everything.
Showcase Richmond, I had the radio show, and you have taken it to another level. And I remember the story that you asked me, and I said, get involved with nonprofits, but be genuine. Don't fake it out. Don't just do like some of these people in town, and they're still doing it even more now because they've taken the old TV clips and they've learned from their ad agency. If you're not genuine, if you're not willing to put in the time, which you're here, I think 8 days a week. So if you're not willing to be out in that community, you're not at the down with John Carrio at the Richmond Hilton. I'll never forget that day, my first night in town, and you're yelling out in the hallway. I'm like, where can I be right now?
So I'm sitting there with Jenny Kirby,
Right.
and we're doing a radio show. And I look and I see you come in. I'm like, Jenny, look, who's that? She starts yelling, that's Barry Moore. And we just start yelling, that's Barry Moore. And you're looking around like,
Yeah.
where's my name coming from?
I had a long day that day and I was a little groggy, but I'll tell you, you made my day. And I see that John Carroll puts you in that lobby.
Yeah.
He does everything for this community. I stayed there for about a week. I didn't have a place to live, and just a wonderful organization there. And the people, Jenny Kirby, I know you're at Crossroads, right? I'll be out there. I think it's next week they have an event. It's exciting. I mean, the things that are happening, Connie Hahn, Debbie Johnson with hospice, Serenity First Hospice, the community is rising. There's plenty of jobs out there. We have, for our accredited businesses, we're announcing it actually today.
There you go. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Well, we don't have budget for breaking stuff. Hold on, let me see if I can find something.
This is breaking news. That's what it is. I know.
Barry Moore's here. This is so good that we have to give it.
Let's
this
see what
one
you
to you.
pull up here.
With Mike on BA is the best business radio program in all
Well,
it can be heard.
sometimes you kind of got to whisper things. You just can't yell everything.
My voice is always yelling.
Yes,
You know
yes.
that.
But you said culture. All right. So as a leader of an organization, you were in the car business for a long time, very successful there. How do you set culture that you're doing now at the Better Business Bureau?
That's great. Making everyone, I guess the word empowerment, making them realize it's not, when I say I'm talking about everybody there. I work for them, the employees. And then that's how I did it in the car business. Whether the people believed it or not, I truly went to work every day, giving up my life for them, because the only thing that I could measure my success on is not a paycheck, but how long people stayed with me and how well they did. If they got hired here, I always remember what they asked for, and did they get there before they left me or when I left them? Did they get better? Was their life and their family better off? And when that happens, you're doing the right thing by people. So that's the culture.
All righty. How can some of the other outreach programs that the Better Business Bureau has going on? What do you guys have going on to get the word out for folks?
We're going to be doing marketing, advertising like this. We have brown bag breakfasts, lunches, meaning you got to bring your own food. We're a nonprofit. We don't have the budget to put a
You
big
guys don't
spread
have
on. No money.
Because I was going to hit you up
I
for
know
some money.
you want me to be with you. We're going to
Because
talk about this.
I always say the microphone ain't free, plus my
I
grandkids need
understand.
stuff.
I understand.
Yeah,
And we're going to
but
figure that out though.
But you're cutting when you're saying, Mike, like your nonprofit, before you get started asking,
Correct.
be gentle.
Correct. You got to be genuine. So just be nice. All right. So what's going on is these gatherings, these meetings. I want consumers to come in and hear from business owners what it's like to be in business. I want consumers to come in, and we have an 80-person boardroom. We've rented out that space over by Innsbruck at our office. So we want people coming in and learning from each other, consumers to listen up and say, what am I missing as a consumer? How can I be a good consumer? Because a consumer could be another business person doing business with another business person. Just because we're just, we forget our roles in this life right now, I believe. And so we're a little confused.
Mike King, Barry Moore is here with us. We're talking about the Better Business Bureau. We're here on ESPN Richmond 106.1. It's part of Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is ESPN Richmond 106.1, 5 to 7 a.m. The Choice 105.3. That's where you're going to come next. Over to The Choice, and we do the same show over there. I'm there every day, 2 to 3, talking business, life, everything in between, as well as International Business Growth Radio with my man, Bill Eastman. And Donna Cundy over there, they're taking what's happening in Richmond, we're taking it on a global scale so people can see. Mr. Moore, I'd like to thank you for coming to the program. Any last parting words you'd like to give to our listeners?
I'm so proud of what you accomplished and everybody you're helping. So keep this community growing.
All right, man. Appreciate the love. Thanks, Don.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry Moore, one of Mike with Mike. We'll talk to you soon.